Carter, what's going on? Where are you? Today's Sally's choir concert? You knew about that. We said we were going to meet at the entrance to the auditorium, but you're still not here. The concert is going to start any minute now.
Oh, yeah, that. Sorry, babe, I'm not gonna make it.
You what? You're not going to make it? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Sally's choir concert. You're the one who brought it up. I'm not gonna be able to come after all. Something important came up.
Something important? You're not just gonna get away with leaving it at something. You need to be more specific. And it had better be pretty important if it takes priority over attending your daughter's school choir concert like you promised you would. Sally was ecstatic when I told her that you promised you would come this time.
Nah, she won't care that I'm not there. She probably won't even notice from up on stage. And if you must know, there's something my parents wanted me to do for them. Do you want me to just turn down a request from my own parents?
That's not specific. You're still using the word something. Tell me what's going on right now.
Fine, geez, calm down, would ya? My parents asked me to go on a trip with them.
A trip?
Yep, and our plane just touched down a little bit ago. You understand, don't you? They really wanted me to come with them. It's been a while since we've spent some quality time together. Oh, and I also decided that I'd pay for all of our plane tickets and hotel stays.
Wait. Are you being serious right now? How are you going to pay for all of that? You don't even have enough money to pay for a night at a rundown motel. Really, if we're including your debt in the calculation of how much money you have, you're thousands of dollars in the hole as things stand.
Oh, please, did you really think I'd have a plan to deal with that?
A plan? Oh God, no. Carter, don't tell me. Did you borrow even more money? We've been through this multiple times. If you really need money, you can borrow it from me. Don't go and borrow from any more shady cash advance places.
What else am I supposed to do when I need cash on the fly? Besides, you usually tell me no whenever I ask for money. But not to worry, babe. I didn't borrow any money this time around.
I don't believe you for 1 second. You said you're paying your parents' way too. How in the world could you possibly come up with that much money without borrowing anything? And first things first, tell me where you are.
Will do, Claire. We're in beautiful Guadalajara, Mexico. You wouldn't believe how great the weather is over here.
You're in Mexico?
I sure am, and it's absolutely fantastic. What, did you think I was going to take paid time off just to go to some local tourist trap? Not a chance. Be sure to take pictures and videos of the choir concert for me. Oh, and by the way, I borrowed your credit card.
You told me you took that paid time off so that you wouldn't have to work and could go to Sally's concert. Hey, wait a second. You borrowed my credit card? You never asked me for my permission.
Yeah, and? I'm just borrowing it. Don't worry, I'll give it back to you when I'm done.
I don't believe this.
What's your problem anyway? This is better than me borrowing money from some shady loan shark or something, isn't it? I mean, you literally just said it yourself. You'd rather me borrow money from you than borrow it from anyone else, right?
That is not the issue right now, so stop pretending that it is. You stole my credit card. What is wrong with you, Carter?
Excuse me? That's ridiculous. I didn't steal anything from anyone. We're married. That means all of our assets are shared. That includes the house, the car, our bank accounts, and your credit card. Now I'd like an apology if you wouldn't mind.
Don't hold your breath. You're nothing but a dirty, rotten thief.
Say what now? Here I am paying for a luxurious vacation for my parents, being the best son in the entire world for them, and you're gonna sit there and call me a dirty, rotten thief?
You're not paying for anything. You just said you're using my credit card. And don't expect me to compliment you for skipping out on Sally's big day to go on a luxury vacation.
Her big day? Come on, Claire, this is a freaking elementary school choir concert. I don't really feel like spending my precious day off listening to a bunch of brats singing Mary Had a Little Lamb out of tune. Maybe if they would have allowed alcohol in the building during the concert, it might be tolerable. But no, they have to be all like, no, you can't drink alcohol in front of children. It'll be a bad influence on them. What a bunch of goody two-shoes.
This isn't about going to hear a professional musical performance. It's about going to support our daughter. She and the rest of her classmates have been practicing for this concert for months.
Wow, Claire, I thought that nothing could possibly be more boring than going to some stupid school choir concert, but you've proven me wrong. Reading your angry texts is way more boring. Fortunately for me, though, I could just put my phone down and ignore you. You, however, have to sit through a full hour of nails on a chalkboard, so good luck with that. Oh, and by the way, I'll need to borrow some more money from you when I get back. Has to be in cash, too. Think you could go ahead and take out a couple G's for me?
Don't count on getting back here in one piece, Carter.
Uh-oh, somebody's angry. I'm so scared. Okay, I'm gonna go enjoy the sights with my folks later, Claire.
Well, you're in luck. I just so happen to have made a very useful connection in Guadalajara recently. You made a connection in Guadalajara? How? It's a long story, dear. I'll have to tell you about it sometime. The important thing is, though, that I know someone on the ground in Guadalajara, and I think they might just come in handy for us in this situation. He's the kind of person who knows exactly how to deal with scumbag loser jerks who would skip out on their daughter's choir concert to go on a vacation. That's kind of scary, if I'm being honest. What are you gonna do to him? I mean, I already called the credit card company and had my card canceled. I think that should teach him his lesson. Oh, don't be ridiculous, dear. He's already in Guadalajara right now, isn't he? That means he'll still be able to enjoy himself while he's there. Well, yeah, but without any money to spend, it's gonna be pretty hard to have much fun. Don't you think that's enough? Of course it's not enough. Just removing his source of funds won't really teach him his lesson. We need to rub it in his face. Make him curse the day that he ever got the idea to go on this trip. Think about it. If I steal your money and then give it back to you, does that make us even? No, not in the slightest. A thief needs to be punished beyond simply returning what was stolen. I guess I understand where you're coming from, but what are we gonna do about it? You can leave that to me. All you need to do is think about how angry you are at him. That will make the delicious plan for revenge I came up with even more satisfying. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm 18 years old again. This is going to be the most fun I've had in years. Did you use foreign connections to exact revenge on deadbeat men when you were 18? If you ask me, Mom, I'd say you're enjoying this whole thing a bit too much. Quite the contrary. I'm going to be enjoying this far more once my plan actually gets into motion. That vile man disrespected my daughter and my granddaughter. I'm not going to allow him to get away with this. I'm only doing what any mother would do in my position. I don't think many mothers have connections in Guadalajara, but I do appreciate you wanting to help me. Just promise me you won't go too far, okay? Please now, dear. What are you worrying about him for? What happened to that righteous fury you had just a few minutes ago? Don't go getting all soft on me. I should have him thrown into the sea at Puerto Vallarta. On second thought, no. The water there is so lovely. We can't throw a filthy man like Carter into such beautiful water. We'll have to find some dirtier water to drop him into. Okay, no, not gonna happen. No one is getting dropped into any water. I'm plenty angry at him, but if we get revenge on him and then end up getting arrested, what good is it gonna do us? Have no fear, my dear. We won't get arrested. We'll never even get caught. That is not reassuring at all, Mom. That reminds me, why on earth haven't you divorced that man by now? He can't even hold down a steady job for more than a few months. He's a total good for nothing. Not only that, he's up to his eyeballs in debt. I know that, but I still have Sally to think about. Now, don't use your poor daughter as an excuse for your inaction. If it's Sally you're worried about, the best thing for her is for you two to get as far away from that man as possible. Every single time he goes and does something terrible to you, what do? Come to me and complain. And what do I tell you? To kick him to the curb and move on with your life. But what do you do? Absolutely nothing. You just come back again in a few days to complain to me again. And now look where it's gotten you. He's living it up in Guadalajara with your credit card, and you're complaining to me again. You're right. I've been dragging my feet for far too long. I'm sorry about all the trouble I've caused you. You don't need to apologize to me, sweetheart. You're the victim here. I haven't forgotten that. I just want you to remember that part of your responsibilities as Sally's mother is to protect her, and that requires decisive action. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. Understand? Yeah, Mom, I understand. Let's do this. That's what I was waiting to hear.
Hey, what gives? Why doesn't your credit card work anymore? Did you forget to pay the bill last month or something?
No, I would never do something as careless as that. I called the card company and had it deactivated.
You did what? Why would you do that? We were planning to use that card the whole time we're over here. Without it, we're stranded. We'll have no way to buy or do anything.
I'm sorry, is any of that my problem? No, it's yours. It's my credit card and I can do whatever I want with it. If I want to have it deactivated, I have every right to do so.
Would you think about someone other than yourself for a change? We need that card to pay for the food we're eating right now. What are we supposed to do now?
I don't know. Pay for it yourself?
Have you been paying attention? We don't have any cash! I don't even speak any Spanish! I haven't studied it since I was in middle school!
Well, I guess you'd better try really hard to remember what you learned then.
Now's not the time for jokes, Claire. I need you to call up the card company and have your card reactivated right now! If not, then there's nothing I can do but eat and run!
I hate to break it to you, but I can't do that. That card has been permanently disabled. I couldn't even reactivate it if I wanted to.
What?
I reported it lost, so they permanently deactivated it and are going to send me a new one. So all that card is anymore is a useless piece of shiny plastic.
You have got to be kidding me! I guess that settles it then. We're just gonna have to make a run for it!
No way, are you serious? Are you actually gonna eat and run? If you can't speak Spanish yourself, either call the police to help you or use your phone to look up a translation. Do anything but eat and run.
That wasn't so hard. We outran the old man who ran that cafe like nothing. Even my mom and dad were able to outrun him. He should hire someone younger to work with him, or else everyone's just gonna run away to avoid paying their bills.
Fortunately, I think people like you are in the minority in this world, so you shouldn't have anything to worry about.
I wish I would have come up with that idea earlier. If all of the shop owners around here are as slow as that guy is, we won't have to pay for anything during this vacation.
This really is a new low for you, Carter. You've reduced yourself to nothing but a common criminal.
I am not a criminal. We got away, didn't we? There's no way they'll catch us. I guess I do need to have some cash on hand just in case, though. I wonder where the loan sharks hang out in Guadalajara. I guess I'll have to ask the locals if I can find some that speak English. Do you speak Spanish, Claire? How do you say I need to borrow money in Spanish?
For the love of God, Carter, are you really going to make yourself into an international debtor?
What are you so worried about? Think about it. If I take out a loan while I'm here and then go back home before it comes due, what are they gonna do about it? You think they're gonna send guys all the way into the heart of America to collect on a couple $1,000 debt? They'd spend more on airplane tickets.
You're in Mexico, Carter. The cartels run everything there. If you stiff them on their debt, they're going to skin you alive, literally. It wouldn't be the first time I've done it either. You can find videos of that stuff on the internet. Yeah, did you forget that you just committed one crime and are talking about committing another right in front of your parents?
They're totally cool with it, actually. They said running away from the cafe guy was the most exciting thing they've done in years.
I suppose the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
So yeah, we're gonna keep having fun over here for a while longer. I bet you thought you got some revenge on me, but too bad for you, you failed!
Whatever. Your fate, however terrible, is in your own hands now.
Actually, the next thing that's gonna be in my hands is a burrito and a beer. Ha! That was easy. I just got my hands on a couple $1,000 worth of cash. They didn't even ask for my ID.
So you actually borrowed more money, huh?
Yep, the guy I borrowed from was super cool about everything. He even spoke perfect English. He said he operates a special lending service for tourists. Isn't that great?
I don't believe you. You mean to tell me he just handed over the money with no strings attached?
Well, I did have to sign a contract, but that's not going to do him much good once I leave the country. What American court is going to enforce this contract? I didn't even read the stupid thing, just signed it, and whammo, I got my hands on a big stack of cash.
You are a very special combination of morally and intellectually destitute, Carter.
Are you trying to tell me I'm dumb? How can you after what I pulled off? I'm enjoying a luxury vacation in Guadalajara for free.
Maybe for now, but I have a sneaking suspicion that you're about to make a very sudden transition from living on Cloud 9 to the deepest bowels of hell.
That's a long way to say that you're a sore loser and jealous. Anyway, have fun at the stupid choir concert. Oh, and don't forget your earplugs.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Claire, I think I might be in just a wee bit of trouble over here.
Oh yeah? What else is new? Go ahead, tell me all about how badly you screwed up this time.
Okay, well, last night I was at the bar for a while, and a couple of locals were playing poker, so I figured that I'd get in on the action. You don't need to speak Spanish to play poker, right? So we were playing for a while, and after a while I looked down and I realized that I had lost a bit of the money I borrowed yesterday.
A bit? How much is a bit?
All of it?
Oh my god, Carter.
I thought the best thing for me to do would be to lay low for the rest of the day in my hotel room and then hightail it back home. But the guy that I borrowed money from is standing outside the hotel. He's been there all day. I know for sure he's waiting for me.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty safe bet. He doesn't want you to skip town without paying him back.
And it's not just him. There are a bunch of other guys with him, too. They've all got a bunch of tattoos. They're probably all with the cartels. What should I do?
I'd say the best way to resolve the situation would be to just pay him back. You made a deal to borrow money, didn't you? It was a loan, not a gift.
You know I can't pay him back. I don't have any money. That's the reason I borrowed from him in the first place.
I don't think him, his friends, or the torture devices they're going to use on you care about your ability to pay him back.
Don't talk like that. I'm terrified enough as it is. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Wait a second, I just got a message from your mom?
Good afternoon, Carter. I trust you know what this message is in regards to. My associates and I have come to collect on your debt immediately.
What the? Meredith, what's going on? I know it's you.
You gave us the phone numbers of your contacts, didn't you? We took over your mother-in-law's account in order to speak with you. We're waiting for you outside the hotel. I suggest that you come down here as quickly as possible. Our patience has its limits.
I don't buy it. You're just trying to scare me. I'll tell you what, if this is really you standing outside the hotel, then clap your hands 3 times right now.
You got it. Are you watching?
Oh no, it really is you. Hey, can we talk about this? I mean, sure, I borrowed that money from you, but that was just yesterday. You can't expect me to pay back that much money in just one day.
The contract that you signed clearly states that we have the right to collect on your debt whenever we please. You did read the contract before signing it, didn't you?
Of course I did. I must have accidentally skipped over that part.
You weren't planning to skip town to avoid paying back what you owe us, were you? Is that why you didn't think to read the contract before signing?
Don't be ridiculous! I would never think of doing such a cowardly, despicable thing!
I'm very glad to hear that, Carter. Now then, since we're both clear on the fact that this contract's terms are binding, we can proceed with the repayment. We're waiting for you in the hotel lobby. Make sure to bring the full amount with you.
Wait! I can't repay you right now. I need more time.
The terms stated we can collect whenever we please, and we're collecting today. If you refuse, then we'll have no choice but to resort to more drastic measures.
More drastic measures? What are you gonna do to me?
Exactly what we always do to deadbeats like yourself who try to steal money from us. You've heard about our videos from the internet, haven't you? I think in your case, we might just use a chisel, hacksaw, and a blowtorch.
Oh my God, no! Please! This can't be happening to me! You seemed like such a nice guy yesterday!
Yesterday, you were a customer. Think about it. A supermarket employee greets shoppers with a smile, but all that changes should the shopper decide to become a shoplifter.
Well, yeah, but that just means calling the police. I don't know of any supermarkets who use chisels, hacksaws, and torches on shoplifters.
We're not a supermarket, Carter. You know what we were when you signed that contract. If it's too much trouble to ask you to come down to the lobby and talk, then we can always simply ask our friend at the hotel to let us into your room.
No, that's all right. I couldn't ask you gentlemen to come all the way up here.
Isn't that considerate of you? Then we can expect you down here with the money in 3 minutes.
Right, but before I do that, could I ask you a question? Let's say, hypothetically, of course, that I don't have the money. What happens then?
Hypothetically, we would make you into an internet celebrity in a video alongside your co-stars. A chisel, a hacksaw, and a blowtorch. Now, your 3 minutes are officially up, Carter. We'll be coming up to your room now.
No, please don't! I'm begging you!
Exactly how long are you planning to keep running and hiding? I heard that you just ran away from the debt collectors. I think you understand that you're only making things worse for yourself at this point.
Worse? How can things get any worse than being the star of the next cartel torture video? Besides, everything's going to turn out just fine. Those guys are gonna barge into the hotel room, find only my parents there, and realize they made a mistake. Then once they leave to look for me elsewhere, I'll go back, meet up with my parents, head for the airport, and then we'll be home free.
Wait a second, you mean to tell me you left your parents behind?
Yeah, I can move faster on my own. Besides, my parents don't know about me borrowing that money, so they'll be more believable when the debt collectors talk to them.
This is insane. You are, without a doubt, the slimiest little weasel in existence. Didn't you say you wanted to spend some quality time with them?
Yeah, and we did spend a lot of quality time together. Now it's their turn to repay me for paying for their trip by talking down those debt collectors for me.
I don't know what to say, Carter. You're just scum.
What was I supposed to do? Wait around for them to kidnap me and record themselves doing all the worst things imaginable to me? Is that what you want to happen to me?
This isn't about what I want to happen. Don't try to blame me for this. This is all because of what you did.
Oh no! That guy from before, he's here!
Oh boy, you mean he found you already?
How could this happen? There's no reason he would know that I was here. I ran as fast as I could out of that hotel and turned into a side alley to hide.
Okay, slow down, Carter. What exactly is going on right now?
I'm hiding here in the alley, and I can see the debt collector from before walking right toward me. Oh no. Did my mom and dad do this to me? That has to be it. They must have given him their phones.
What are you talking about?
It's all of our first times out of the country, and we were worried about getting lost. So we got an app on all of our phones that lets us track each other wherever we go with GPS data. I can see him now. He's definitely holding my mom's phone.
Can you blame them? It was likely either they sell you out or they would be the ones in the next cartel video instead of you. And considering the fact that you bailed on them to run and hide, I'd say it was a pretty easy decision for them to make.
This is the worst! How could they betray me like this?
Again, Carter, you betrayed them first.
Claire, you have to do something! It's only a matter of time before he finds me!
I don't have to do anything. This is your problem. Figure it out yourself.
How can you say that? We're husband and wife. We made vows to support each other.
You broke your end of the bargain a long time ago. Also, we're not going to be husband and wife for much longer.
You don't mean... Claire, please, don't do this to me! Don't abandon me!
That really was the most fun I've had in years. Mom, who in the world was that someone on the ground in Guadalajara you were talking about? Oh, him? I just so happened to become acquainted with a loan shark in Guadalajara a while back. He's such a polite young man. Once I explained my situation to him, he said he'd be thrilled to help me out however he could. So you and that loan shark came up with a plan to lend Carter money and use that to threaten him? Threaten him? My goodness, dear, you got it all wrong. Carter is an absolute slime bucket who thinks he can wiggle his way out of any and all of his responsibilities. It's my job as his mother-in-law to teach him that he can't get away with that forever. I don't think most mother-in-laws use black market connections to teach their son-in-laws a lesson, but okay. So what's gonna happen to Carter now? Simple. He'll remain there in Guadalajara and work off the debt he incurred. That's all. Oh, and he and his parents will also have to face the consequences for stiffing that cafe on their lunch bill. And you really managed to convince Carter that you were a loan shark that took over his mother-in-law's account? I'm surprised he didn't figure out it was you. Why be so surprised? It's me we're talking about, isn't it? You know that your mother is a force to be reckoned with. Trust me, I am very aware. Now, more than ever. In any case, I'm pretty positive that Carter will finally learn his lesson after this. Thanks a lot, Mom. I'll try to be more decisive from now on. But if I ever get in trouble again, I know just who to call on. And just like that, Carter was stuck working in Guadalajara until he paid off his debt. His parents got off easy. They just had to pay back the cafe owner they stiffed, then they were allowed to go home. They didn't seem to be too broken up about leaving Carter behind. Even if Carter ever makes it back home, however, he won't be in for much fun. He still has his debts to local loan sharks to worry about, and I'm divorcing him. I'm grateful to my mom for making me see that I need to be more decisive, for both Sally's benefit and my own. I still have to wonder, though, how in the world did she hook up with a loan shark in Guadalajara?